Okay, another day, another stream, and potentially the last stream for the Trickster Imitator playthrough. At least that's the plan. Nice, okay. Let's hop in, buff up. Let's me, there we go. And wrap this up. It is the final showdown.
After breaking the blockade of the demon armies and defeating Discari, the Crusade forces close in on the Threshold Fortress. The place where 100 years ago, the first rift between the planes was opened. The place where this story will end.
I didn't notice Discari back here the first time. I don't think that's true. We've definitely challenged you before. Granted, I don't know if we could categorize Setsuna Shai as immortal, but
quick!
He was there.
Miss all the fun.
Alright, we're obviously going to fully buff up here. We'll do it one more time when we actually enter the fortress itself. But it is the final area, so we may as well show our stuff.
Well?
Decide already. The reading's never fun.
I do like how fast the Versailles Castle ever buffs on herself. Because the hardest part of the next playthrough is trying to memorize the buff order again. So I feel like I've got it pretty optimized by this point. Hopefully this little quirk disappears, where after you cast some of the spells, it resets back to the level 0 spells. Because that's not fun to fight against. I've got our Hell Knight back up. Everything's running away in fear. Actually getting a little roughed up, aren't we?
Retreat is not an option.
Make your peace.
Burn.
Those Hell Knights did not make it.
Kneel before me.
With your head.
I will see to your demise.
See your entrails, please.
And grace.
We're gonna trigger the next fight. Alright, here's the mongrels. And that looks like Char beside. It is. Robust corrupted mongrel skirmisher.
I will resist.
Oh, we're fighting locusts. Do I still have that amulet equipped? I think that I do. I do not. That might be a problem.
Let the attack commence.
Who am I kidding? It's not a problem. We have, whatever this ring is called. Promise of power.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both? Distract them for me.
Prepare yourself. Death Knight, guide my hand.
This one
Make your
Oops. Hit the wrong key. Hopefully I didn't cancel my stream, did I? Okay, nope. That's his last stand procced by accident.
Rules are made to be broken.
We'll just heal him back up. Which at this stage of the game requires 2 heals.
Wherever my legs.
Another poorly equipped Valor.
You can trust
Probably
me.
cast another Stone Skin.
It should work. Is it?
Forwards. Backwards.
I still call Chief Soul, even though he's not a chief anymore.
Trail me. What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Alright, nothing to gain all the way over here. Good to know.
This way.
camera's getting all wonky there. Alright, I think this is Winter Sun. And Knights of the Flaming Lance. And the Storyteller. Yeah, it's Gizmera, who probably shouldn't be here considering she's, blind. Well, I guess so is the Storyteller. But he's also an Archmage, so... The Miamir's not here, but I assume that she survived the events of Iz, since we did save her.
Die! Die!
Press the attack!
Die already!
The spirits demand your blood!
Yeah, it's a tough nut to crack, isn't he?
Retreat is not an option. Kneel before me.
You are today's sacrifice! Prepare yourself!
Oh, next fight. Alright, that's, oh, what's her name? The cleric that worships Abadar. It appears in both games. Queen Galfrey. Arsino. There we go.
Out of my sight!
I do have swarms. Let's go ahead and take care of this.
May I see your entrails, please?
Desna, guide my hand! Go for their hearts! Make your
Die! Die! Die!
Alright, the Vile Devastator has been devastated.
See to your demise.
Like that? What? You didn't?
Loxus Dominator has been dominated. That's running all the way off this way. I'll just keep blitzing to the other fights while still fighting our previous fights. Oh, hey, it's, what's his face? Suckle Benoff. So this is where, in the Legend Path, all of the advisors show up, which is a pretty cool scene. You had, Ivu, Suckle Benoff, you had Mephistopheles, the Lich guy, Zacharias. It was really cool.
self!
Alright, there goes Crimsida.
Cover me, alright? Stand for Zakiel.
Mine!
We did lose Bismuth at some point.
Distract them from me.
Desna, guide my hand! The spirits demand your blood! Make your peace.
May I see your entrails, please?
You are today's sacrifice! Go for their hearts! I'll cut you wide open!
Let the attack commence.
The spirits demand your blood!
Nice.
A dear guest on my doorstep. Please do come in. You have been long awaited. Nothing at all. We will talk, I promise, but not here. The path to your souls and the world wound's healing demands my death. The accursed threshold prison where everything began must be where everything comes to an end. So I invite you in once again. Cross this threshold. I'll be waiting for you in the heart of the fortress, in the place where the wound was opened.
So we could grab some loot.
Wherever my legs carry me.
There's much of a reason to, but always good to have you, High Lord. Hey, it's me, Amir. What do you mean? You're an Archmage. You've held your own more than once. Oh, so it does hint that you can come back and speak to the storyteller after going into Threshold, because there's Elven notes at Threshold as well. Alright, cool. We got our golden golem with us for the final assault. What more could we ask for?
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
So I think that's the entirety of the camp. I didn't explore up this way. Wait, was there even anything up here to do? Nope, I think it was just the dead end. Okay. Well, we'll go back to camp. We'll speak to our companions, Suko Benoth and Queen Galfrey, because I think they have a little bit more to say than the other folks in the camp. So we begin the final assault. Threshold itself is not very large, from what I remember. It's pretty straightforward. It's saying there's loot beside me.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Yeah, I wanted to pay more attention to see what he was doing in the fight.
This endeavor rushes toward its conclusion. I wish to speak with you. To be honest, I almost stopped believing that I would live to see this moment. It has been at least 50 years since I stopped hoping and believing it could happen. And yet, here we are, at the entrance to Threshold. All thanks to you. I have made a great many mistakes in my life, and I suppose I shall pay for every one of them, in this life or in the afterlife. but few mistakes became apparent to me as quickly and as painfully as my feud with you.
Yeah. Make sure you reflect on that often.
You are being merciless, but I deserved that. I am going to rule Mendev. What else? I do not seem to have much choice in that. I have become a symbol of battle and of the war for our liberation. I hope I am wise enough to become a symbol of peace, too.
I think you'll do fine in that regard. You're pretty good at disassembling armies.
You are right. I shall fulfill your request, although it will be difficult. No one in Mendev knows the sacrifice that the creation of the ward stones demanded. The stones themselves are seen as a symbol of hope and safety. To destroy them would be akin to dismantling the fortress walls around Mendev's cities. It will provoke suspicion and panic, even if the demons are defeated by that time. But the angels have done their duty and should be freed. Therefore, should we win, I shall carry out your request, even if it means losing the people's trust. Yes, of course. May Iyomide be with you, or any other higher power you believe in.
I wonder what's going to happen. So if you go the legend path, you get a special weapon from Iyomide and Threshold. I wonder if the Trickster gets anything. I assume not. I assume Nocticular will also give you something if you make the pact with her.
So many thoughts, so little time.
Chief, is there any chance, even a tiny one, that we can just call this whole thing off now and go home?
Oh man, you're gonna be on the front line with me.
Before, I would have just made a run for it, but I can't do that now. Something is holding me back, and I really don't like the thought of leaving you high and dry. See what you turned me into? If you want to send me to the front line, I ain't going, so don't even try that hero stuff on me. I'm gonna fight because I don't want to die. And because we're kind of friends now. And don't you go getting yourself killed either. I can't stand being sad, so just don't do that to me.
It's a really good Trickster option. Everything will be fine. And if it isn't, well, it was nice knowing you.
Uh-huh. Likewise. Well, come on. What are you standing around for? Go and command this crusade of yours. Let's try to wrap this up quick. That reminds me! The Tiefling's merchandise is still at your disposal. So don't be afraid to ask if you find yourself in need of something.
Oh, just want to empty out my inventory. When I die, I don't want to die with my pockets full, you know?
This is it. The last fortress. It's been a long road from the river city to here. We walked and walked and walked along the road, and suddenly, there's no more road. Nobody is ready. It will be scary, very scary. In the last fortress, all the lies will end, and the truth will rise. It's scary, but it's good. Nobody knows what will happen next. People are afraid of the future, so that's why they make it up. They lie to themselves so it's not so scary. They convince themselves and others of the things they make up. But one day the future will come. The story ends, for better or worse. When everything's already happened, there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. And there's no reason to lie. The Redeemed Knights say they need me. I think they can manage fine without me, but maybe I really can help them somehow. I think we'll do a lot of good together. Hear that, Soot? It's time.
I kind of wish the Crow played a little bit more of a role in her dialogue. It seems to be an important part of her. I mean, it's her familiar.
Not a bad spot to end this war. Formidable, menacing. It has a certain style about it.
It's also implied that the Imperial Lord that watches over Ember is watching her through the crow. Or might be the crow itself. And it just, I feel like it doesn't come up enough.
Seeing as our contract is coming to an end, Commander, let me just say that you are the most impressive client I've ever had the pleasure to work with. And a highly lucrative pleasure it's been, too.
I don't remember this option here. Let me try whatever it is you've been smoking all this time.
It's strong stuff from Garand. What do you think? Of course, it's worth its weight in gold. It's one of my little weaknesses that I refuse to give up. Of course not. Where else would I have had so many adventures? Besides, it's thanks to you that I've been able to add so many accomplishments to my service record, which will boost my rates in the future. You know, it's jobs like this, the ones that are both fun and pay well, that make me love what I do. Huh. Well, it sure wasn't in the name of Iomade. Of course, money's not the be-all and end-all. You dimwits need someone with a clear head on your side, someone to watch your back. I know how you hero types love sacrificing yourselves at the drop of a hat. Now you're talking. Why don't you show me who it is we need to kill to win this war? Aurilu Vorlesh? I'll wish that lady sweet dreams with unalloyed pleasure.
So this is it then. The final push. The last battle where the great heroes will vanquish Aurilu Vorlesh and close the world wound, ridding Galarian of a deadly threat.
Oh yeah, she didn't make it to the end of my last run, so we didn't get to hear what she said.
That is how the Chronicles will tell it, I'm sure. You know very well, my friend, that this was never my war. I was merely following the person who offered me protection. I could not have cared less where you led me. That was before, but now, I am surprised to find that I have something to lose. This battle could cost me something I never expected to find. Something I never aspired to. But something which I gained nonetheless. Us. The thought of losing that frightens me. Rush headlong into battle, come what may? I approve of this plan.
Seems a little out of character, that last line.
I am calculating the likelihood of your victory. Taking into consideration the fortifications of Threshold, the long period it has been under demon control, and Aurilu Vorlesh, who is personally overseeing the defense, I would give the Crusaders a 30% chance of success at most. Of course, the presence of an illustrious scholar of Galarian in your ranks, meaning me, immediately increases your chances by 5%.
This green hue that we got from activating the Polaro's Fall device, weapon, makes this area kind of look like Minas Morgul from the Lord of the Rings movies.
Fear is an unproductive emotion that typically gets in the way of a good experiment. And I have never indicated that I do not support my loyal follower in his battle against the demons. I simply calculated your chances of success. If you win, I'll make sure to mention you in my encyclopedia. Aha! With that as an incentive, your chances have increased by 5%. Consider this my contribution to your victory.
It's pretty good odds. That's one roll of a 20-sided die. What if that was intentional?
My last battle. We win or we die. Either way, I'll never pick up a weapon again.
This is also new dialogue to me, since I didn't recruit him in my first run.
I'm going home. It's been so long. My chance. I've thought a lot about this over the last few days. I don't want revenge anymore. I just want all this to be over. No, I can't rest yet. Celsia will be fighting, That means I will be too. To battle for the last time.
There it is. The Citadel of the Demon Army. You know, I expected it to be formidable and fearsome. Something that would make me quake in terror. But now that I am standing at its gates, I'm surprised at how little fear I feel. Do not mistake this for bravado. Our enemies are dangerous, but no more than that. We have traveled to the heart of the Abyss, and back again. Now we are home, on our own territory. This time, let it be the invaders who quake in terror. When I set out for war, I imagined that I would find Trevor and together we would fight the demons, shoulder to shoulder. Fate has a caustic sense of humor. My dream came true, but not at all as I imagined. The reality of war shattered many of my romantic notions. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that he is here with us. And today we will win, all of us together. I will go home to Endoran. I will lay down my weapon and never pick up another so long as I live. Save a knife for cutting grapevines. I will serve the goddess in our old temple. And when the peasant children come to pepper me with questions about the crusade, I will do my utmost to make sure that my stories give none the idea that there is anything beautiful or romantic about war. I had to. If I had a choice, I probably would have stayed the same naive little boy I was before the war. The boy who had never killed, who had never been to the Abyss, who had never buried those with whom he had sat around a campfire only the night before. Even so, when I set out to join this war, my head was full of so many romantic notions. More than usual for a naive little boy. But life found a way to shatter those most thoroughly. Ready. Let us drive the demons all the way back to the Abyss!
At last, this irksome crusade is drawing to a close. All right. It hasn't been that irksome. All in all, it was a fine adventure, and the company was more than adequate. The most important outcome of today, of course, will be that I shall be immortalized in works of art depicting the Fifth Crusade as the most attractive crusader. Perhaps I should reconsider. No, others can be afraid. But I know who our leader is and what he is capable of. I have never seen you fail to rise to a challenge, no matter how impossible. So leave me and my optimism be. We will win. If anyone should be afraid, it is the wretches inside Threshold. And to the victory feast, I trust?
Greetings. Allow me to congratulate you on leading the armies of the Fifth Crusade to its decisive confrontation. Excellent. At last, a real achievement and a genuine chance of victory. I suppose I am. Being happy is not in my nature, but for the first time in years, I feel something akin to that emotion. It would be interesting to analyze what I experience when I see the criminal Aurilu Vorlesh defeated, the demons ousted, and the world wound closed at last. It promises to be an exceptional moment.
Yeah, except for the world wound isn't going to be closed, so we'll see how he takes that.
Thank you for your high estimation of my abilities. Our views on certain matters have not always aligned, but I fully recognize your achievements as a commander and as a comrade.
You're not wearing armor right now? It looks like he's not wearing armor. He's wearing, like, leather armor. What does he have equipped?
I am always ready.
Ragel. Oh, we get to see Obrig's dialogue, too. That'll be new. Oh, welcome respite. I like respite more. It gives him immunity to fire and acid, though he already has immunity to fire. Whatever. Too late to do anything about it now.
This way.
Windwag's also new dialogue.
This is where it all ends. When I first crossed paths with you in Needholm, I never thought I'd end up in the very heart of the world wound. You certainly know how to enjoy yourself. I suppose now is the time to thank you for that. After everything we've gone through together, it's strange to think that I once planned to spend my whole life in those horrible catacombs under Chronobris. I know this won't sound much in the spirit of the Crusade, but betraying Hosilla was the best decision of my life. Of course! I'll find the largest pile of spoils, sit down on it, and scare off anyone who even thinks of stealing any of it. It's almost as if you don't know me at all.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were Smaug.
Our years of exile have given us quite the score to settle. And today, the demons will pay for everything.
So this is it then? Threshold. Grubby little spot, isn't it? Looking around, I'm thinking to myself, maybe if we'd built it somewhere else, not in this god's forsaken hole, somewhere nicer, maybe then Arilu, as her name, wouldn't have revolted. Maybe there would have been no invasion. But anyway, what's the use in wondering? Well, War Chief, are you ready? Ready to thrash all these Fae and Oglins and other Puxies? Ready to boot that king of the grasshoppers back to his magical beetle land? But then, what would we have done with all the witches and mages? Maybe you're right. If we didn't bother them, they wouldn't bother us. Folk live like that in other countries with no problems at all. And they don't have world wounds opening up on them. And then, if you think about it, mages aren't the problem. Problem's them Oglins and Fae that were chomping at the bit to get into our world. Without Arilu, Discari, that dirty bug, would have just found other allies. Like my worthless brother. Still not long enough for me to know the difference between all the kinds of foul creatures. Remembering their names isn't my job. My job's beating them so hard they don't remember their own. What am I not going to do? That's the easier question. In war, there's only two things you can do. Kill and die. But in times of peace, there's no end to the things a man can do.
That's a good line.
I think I'll head to Gundren. After all their hardships, they could do with my help. Fight! Ah! For Sartoris! For the Oles clan! For the War Chief!
I wasn't expecting all of that.
There it is. The heart of the wound. The source of all the evil that has been wrought here over the last 100 years. It all began here. And we will end it here. If Arilu Voralesh had never opened the world wound, I would never have ended up on Galarian. I would never have met Desna. Or you. I would never have embarked on the path of good.
You shouldn't waste your time wondering or bothering yourself with what could have or would have been.
This invasion has killed so many innocent people, but it has also led to my redemption. It means my freedom has been bought with thousands of innocent lives. But I will do everything in my power to help you close this abomination so that no one else has to die. I did not do it alone. You have led your army to victory and me to my dream. It's not about guilt. It's just that I am ashamed to take any joy in my freedom, knowing that this terrible war was the cause of it. Everyone would have been better off if the world wound had never been opened. But then I would have remained a monster. Perhaps one day I will atone for all the evil I did.
but it took a far greater evil to make my redemption even possible. I now have a dream of my own. I will pursue it. I am ready. Let the abyss tremble in fear.
Hey! Well, are we gonna stick it to the demons one last time? I haven't had time to think about it. All of my thoughts are focused on the coming battle. But I think I'll stay here a while, help the world to return to a life of peace and catch any demons that aren't dead yet. And I don't want to leave all my friends either. When we have peace, there will finally be time to spend with everybody. And after that, well, stick a pin in a map. There are still many places in the world where people are in need of help. Wherever the road takes me, I'll find a way to put my blade to use. And this block of wood. Back at you, friend. So, are we going to crush some demons? It's time to show them the door once and for all!
Yeah, also, I got to try the Lexicon of Paradox. So it has to be his own check, and I don't think that I can succeed at any of these. Lore Nature is probably the easiest one. Wait, what? I rolled a 75. How's my skill value at 57? What? So if I set it aside, does it have to... Let me try something. Can I just go back and do those checks separately? Does it save my progress? Let's see. Oh, I think I have to do the other thing first. Oh, well, let me do it now. Oh, shoot. That's okay. Didn't really plan on succeeding there anyway. My skills weren't where I said they were. I assume I was getting help from my companions, but I don't think you're supposed to with the Lexicon. Rest here. Wait, somewhere to rest, right? Well, you know, I think we are rested up. No, we're not. I don't have my spells back. There we go. Let's have some tacos before the final showdown. Gotta eat your brain and battle food. Bismuth, any final words? Any rallying battle cries? No? Okay. As always, practitioner of stoicism. He's a strong silent type. Oh, Azada option. Interesting. Alright, let's bring the A team. B team, stay behind. Alright, let's fully buff up.
Shake a leg.
I'll let you know.
your actions.
Who, me?
Yes. Yati. Wolash. Eya. Ora. Na. Eya. Ora. Na. Eya. Ora. Na. Eya. Ora. Na. Eya. Ora. Shall we move? We shall. I'm here. Where else would I be? Tio. Wolash. Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Actually, the spell resistance is wasted on Camellia, I think, where it's like 30 spell resist. There's mods for it. I just try to avoid using mods, since not everyone who plays this can or does use mods. I try to keep it as inclusive as possible. It also helps for people that ask what buffs I use. They can just watch. And they're all right there. Yeah, outside of mods, there's no real easy way to do it. Honestly, I don't mind it. It's kind of therapeutic. Seeing how far your party has come and how powerful they are now. Yeah, it takes a little while to get into the groove of it. But it's also fun, like, optimizing your buff route. And, like, the order to do your buffs in. Which I haven't done a whole lot of. Oh, it is Nocticula. Are you afraid I'm gonna kill you again?
There is
Yeah, we've already
one
heard all
more
this.
aspect to a...
I don't think it's a good idea to take her patronage anyway, since we're aligned with her brother. I don't think that would play out well for anybody. Alright, so Imitator did not give us her sword, but we did get Nauticula's crown. A headband of perfection plus 8 allows its wearer to add a charisma bonus to all damage dealt by ranged weapons. So it's added to, it's not replacing, right? Yeah, so an extra 12 damage. That's fantastic. Hey guys, my main character's on the front line where he should not be. Oh, swarms. Let's take care of that real quick.
Die! 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 Burn! Slice! Behead! Yes!
Stormcallers are messing us up.
Time to share your
And these
treasures.
dead eyes aren't doing us any favors either.
I'll make short work of this. May I see your
Oh, didn't finish off the swarm like I thought I did. Make sure we're all nice and healthy. Still the beginning. So it's not a very large area.
Now what is that? I am helpful, am I not?
Hey, it's Zorgis. I feel like he one-shot everybody right there. Unfortunately, he did not. So here's the elven note, I think, that we take back to the storyteller. I don't need to this run since we didn't get all the elven notes anyway, and it's not going to benefit us regardless. We didn't need to take out these demons. I can loot everything.
What do we have here? Pain is excruciating. Prepare yourself.
Oh, getting a little beat up here. Let's make sure we're all tip-top shape. I hate to waste all my last stands before the final fight.
Slice! Behead!
Over this area being this tough, but I also had a Cavalier last time, which made all of this much easier.
My limit?
Well, there goes Regil. First death we've had in a while. Doesn't help that we're also fighting more enemies than we're supposed to, since they're running away and clustering further inside the fortress. Whoops.
Miss me already. Skip the pleasantries.
Trail me. What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Aw, we're friends.
This way.
Alright, not gonna fret about rebuffing Regil. I will cast Stone Skin again. And it should probably do that again.
Calls me. I'll take the bait.
My tail is restless.
Let's have some fun.
Stab you or zap you.
Desna, guide my hand.
Refuse to surrender.
Down he goes again because I wasn't fast enough on the heal. I keep giving Darren commands that I shouldn't. should just be healing.
You are today's sacrifice.
Surprise!
I get those crits off, they don't take as long to kill, obviously, but
For their heart.
the Stormcallers, tough nuts, man.
Heart open.
Wherever my legs carry me.
I could be using more spells and stuff and just kind of rushing in. There is a better way to handle these fights.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
I heed the voice of the spirits. I hope you appreciate this.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
It's a little bigger than I remember it being. Where is the Echo of Discari? I was right around here, and of course his little arena is designed so you can't just charge him with a Cavalier right off the bat. There's like a hole in the floor between you and him. He might be right here. Or is this the inevitable excess, of course. Yeah, we can fight him. Why not?
Distract them for me.
Let's drop a haste.
May I see your entrails, please?
Make your peace. I'm trusting you.
Okay.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder? This way.
Can't be dismissed as a calculation error. You knew failure was a possibility. Then why? Why? Yes, it's decided. I will tell you the truth before we fight to the death. Would you like to know why I upended your life?
This is the very end of the game, so yeah, if you dropped it, I think what, in Act 2? This is way past that. This is the final battle. Well, almost. We have to continue making our way around. Knock yourself out. A villain monologuing in her evil stronghold. Wouldn't want to miss that.
This place is my demi-plane. I created it when I was a prisoner in Threshold.
Well, that's Act 4.
I would slip away to conduct my rituals here in secret. This is where I decided to create what mortals would later call the World Wound. This is where I made all my preparations. Do you understand? Escaping was never my goal. I could have easily disappeared from Threshold. I could have passed through it like water through sand.
Yeah, so this is the end of Act 5. It's technically Act 6. I don't like to call it its own act, though, because it's just one area.
Some believe that I brought Sarkoris to ruin out of revenge, and I suppose there is some truth to that. I did have reason for revenge. You've been to the secret part of my laboratory and know what I'm talking about. Or at least you have an inkling. My laboratory. The old house in the middle of nowhere that marked the entrance to my lab. It was the home of Arilu Vorlesh when I was still a mere mortal. I lived there with my son, away from the din of the crowd, and sheltered from the keen gaze of the Sarkorian witch hunters. It was a place where the reality of our world was in close proximity to the abyss, a place where I could study the magic forbidden to all Sarkorians.
Did everything in the arena, the date, and what else was there? Yeah, you have to do a lot to get to the palace. Actually, do you have to do all of it? I always do all of it anyway, but I don't remember if it's all required, or if you just like do just the Battle Bliss Arena or not. I think you have to do all of it. Because you have the Fallen Osmar you have to work with. There's Valexia, there's the Battle Bliss, and there's what's her name? Shoot. Drawn a blank. There's a third prominent character you have to work with.
I thought I had hidden my home well, but I was wrong. They found it. They found us. At that hour, I was there, in the laboratory. That damned laboratory I loved so much. I was absorbed in one of my experiments when the hunters arrived on our doorstep. I was sitting at my desk, recording my observations, thoughts, and calculations, as was my habit. That's when I heard the noise outside. The fight was brief. It barely lasted a moment. By the time I sensed that something was amiss and hurried out to see what was happening, it was too late. All I could do was cradle the body of my dead child and cry after their departing soul. I promise.
What did you play the first time? What class?
Because they saw him with a scroll that he had secretly borrowed from my supply. He was trying to perform a forbidden ritual. Children, they are always drawn to the unknown. But for the threshold hunters, this child playing with a magical trinket he stole from an adult was just as much of a criminal as the worst demon worshippers.
Was it the standard cleric or one of the archetypes? That's cleric's one of the most powerful classes in the game. Especially when you go angel, since they can merge spellbooks, and that's one of the recommended routes.
Nothing, as it turns out. Look around you. This demi-plane. The first time I escaped from my cell and ran here, I was trying to resurrect my son. I tried many things, but all my efforts were in vain. The soul had already received Pharasma's judgment and had been sent on the path determined by the gods into the abyss. And when I realized that, I rebelled. But not against my jailers. Not against those who had murdered my child. Not even against Sarkoris. My uprising was against destiny. Death and the laws that the gods had forced upon our lives. I realized then that I wouldn't be satisfied with simply returning my son to life. I had to shatter this order once and for all, and make it so that neither Pharasma and her lackeys nor death itself could ever stand between us. Only by stepping beyond the bounds of what had been ordained for mortal kind, by obtaining powers that rivaled the divine, could we become free.
I'm not a particular fan of rogues. I always have one in my party because they're useful, but never as a main character. Not to say that they're a bad class. I have done a rogue dip of the thug archetype because it converts what's it called? Drawn a blank again. It upgrades your fear effect so that it actually fears enemies and they run away. And I did it with a fear Barian build. So thug is my preferred rogue class because it's designed to be built around strength, since it has all the what's it called? I forgot what the class feature is called, but it upgrades the intimidate into fear, and so you can build the I'm sorry, I'm drawing blanks. You can go down the intimidate line of feats, so get like intimidating prowess, Cornigan smash, dreadful carnage, power attack, all of that. It would sync really well with that class.
And with this newfound purpose, I turned myself into a half-demon. Fusing the spiritual essence of the two planes was the only way I could achieve my goal. I let the abyss into my soul, and into this world. I opened the world wound. I danced around 3 demon lords, making them assist me without ever revealing my true intentions. They just believed they were dealing with another power-hungry mortal. But in reality, I was after one thing. I wanted to find what was left of my son's soul and give him a new birth. One that would prevent anything from ever harming him again. And then I found you. I chose you because I felt a faint affinity to you. I thought your soul could accept the remains of my son's soul like the soil takes a seed. I thought I could bring back my child by tethering the mangled remnants of his soul to a pure mortal soul untouched by the abyss. I thought the power of the Nahindrian crystals would allow me to protect him forever. That I could tear him away from the dominion of mortal nature. But I was mistaken in both assumptions. Now I'm about to face the consequences of my mistake. You will witness them as well.
Hey, our last mythic break.
Battle formation.
But first, the battle.
Time to share your treasures!
Press the attack!
The spirits demand your blood.
Darren might be in trouble. Don't know if we can save him at this point.
Pain
I will resist.
excruciating.
But I sure would like to.
The world in crimson.
Just Camellia.
Your head.
These guys are the absolute worst. We have last stand up, but I don't know if it's going to be enough at this point. Maybe it is. 2 of us are down.
Cover me, alright?
But I think we've got it.
Did you like that? What?
Got a bunch of spider buddies with us at least.
Prepare yourself.
Man, a doozy.
Rules are made to be broken.
A lot of my buffs have worn off, I think, by this point. Oh, that's okay. We'll have to rest up and reapply all of our buffs to this one now that a couple of my companions have lost them. And we have another mythic rank to explore. I don't know if the Trickster's going to get anything super useful at this stage. Mythic Trick, Mythic Feat, and Greater Mythic Trick. So, we have Flawless Attacks, might be worth it at this stage. Also, Mythic Sneak Attacker would be good. We are missing quite a few against the Stormcallers, so we'll grab that. We'll grab mobility, I guess. Alright, so athletics rank 3. The most athletic athlete in the world. And as such, your base attack bonus can't be low, not lower than your ranks in athletics. If your base attack bonus is equal to your character level, it becomes not less than your ranks in athletics plus 5. So, would this allow me to go over my regular base attack bonus? This would be good for a class, by default, it would be good for a class that doesn't have full BAB. So like a cleric with 3/4 or a wizard with half. If your base attack bonus is equal to your character level, it becomes not less than your ranks in athletics plus 5. My athletics is like 69 or something. Can my base attack bonus go up to... I don't know if I'm understanding that correctly or not. Lore Nature, rank 3. Buy magical items when we rest. We don't need that at this point. And Perception, rank 3. You can use up to 2 wandering ranks and 1 mythic tricks. Wait, what? Can I use up to 2 wandering rank, 1 mythic tricks? Okay, never mind, I was misreading it. You can change every day. Let's grab this and see what happens. I don't really need any of those anyway. Yeah, so it went up by 5. It's plus 25. So that's what it does. Is it goes up to your minimum plus 5. It doesn't go up to 69 or whatever, because that'd be ridiculous, right? Oh, okay. Then in that case, it's just 20. I think it was referencing just how many you had, but I guess it wouldn't matter because you can't go up that far. It should max out at 20, but we got 25 now. Who is this? Camellia. Camellia. Let's get Mythic Resolve. She is our tank. I don't have weapon focus yet? Grab that. He has a lot of stuff that I want to grab, but we can't get it all, unfortunately. I think he's using 2 flawless attacks. Darren, probably just Mythic Resolve, right? He keeps getting knocked over, so maybe this will help when a tsunami hits him. And Harushalai, could do Rapid Shot Mythic. Prove Critical Mythic. Let's do Rapid Shot. Alright, let's rest up. Reapply our buffs and continue our march deeper to Threshold. Good thing someone thought to bring tacos.
I crave for adventure.
This is no reason to use the extend on mirror image.
Well,
Should we proceed?
you can trust me.
Alright, hopefully this is the last series of buffs for this playthrough. But again, we'll see how that goes, because we got a little rough though. Those Stormcrawlers. I should have probably focused them instead of the Baylor. I was hoping for some easy kills over here, but that Merilith took a little bit longer to kill than I was hoping. Or expecting.
Your orders,
I don't
Commander.
steal. I encourage people to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world. Starting with me.
Ugh, the waiting's never fun. Me? I welcome your
Something
company.
Let's get give Death Ward to Bismuth as well. Haven't been doing that. We should also give him spell resistance, just in case. And also not cast it on Camellia because she has, I think it's her that has the 30 spell resist on one of her items. Which is more than the casted spell can provide. It can only provide up to 20, right? Oh, 12 plus. Oh no, it goes up to 32, so it is better. Whenever you mind me. Forgot that it had a base value.
I'm here. Where else would I
Smile.
go?
The
Allow
world's
me.
not ending just yet.
Alright, gonna wrap this up. Yeah, so I was thinking once we killed a Meslin that it was going to take us to the DLC.
Should not have come here. I, Arilu Vorlesh, the one you called the Betrayer, have nothing to offer you but death.
Karamzadeh, I will give you the chance to avenge your death. Rise.
Curse you, mortal scum! You have struck ice into my heart. I will devour your souls to loosen its freezing grip.
I think it was ice. I'm pretty sure it was a two-bladed sword. It was enchanted with flame and... Alright.
Do not waver.
This isn't everybody. Is Trevor... Yeah, I guess looks like Trevor might get involved. Yeah, Windwag, yeah. Okay. Why did I have control over those guys then? I'll try and get a few of our buffs out before they engage with us. The NPCs might intercept him for a little bit at least. AIs are turned on. At least one of them are. Alright. Trevor, what are you doing? He's supposed to be casting Guarded Hearth back here. And also heal.
You're irrelevant. Mind over muscle.
I've seen worse.
Alright, Ember, what do you got?
Surrender.
That's how fiery it is. And weird. I think Ember and Nenio can hold this side by themselves. CeeLo.
Simply business. It's your time to cease to exist. You're in my way. You have a chance.
Yeah, cool. That side's clear. Alright, well that's it. That was it. I remember that being a lot more difficult, but I don't think that all my party members were equipped. Also, I'm pretty sure that they spawned differently my first playthrough. Felt like they were right on top of us immediately. Alright, a little quick save, and move forward. Alright, Echo Discari. Where's that money, you big nerd? Yeah, this little rift here.
The mortal who ventured recklessly into the abyss has now reached threshold. In Iz, you struck down my creator and master Discari, but if that makes you dismissive of his echo, if you think I do not pose a threat, then you are greatly mistaken.
Yeah, this rift here prevents the Cavalier from just charging in, and there's a pile of rubble here. Actually, you might be able to walk over the rift, maybe it's just the rubble. Either way, Cavalier doesn't have a clean shot on the opening turn.
I was hunting the hand of the Inheritor in the Abyss, not you. And what a good hunt it was. But now things are different. Now you are the prey I covet more than anything else.
Aw, he covets me.
Master is in the Abyss, in his realm. No, he does not wish to meet with you yet. A demon lord cannot afford 2 deaths in succession. It will kill them permanently.
I don't think we actually killed him. He cut the ground out from underneath his feet and just fell away.
No, I'm not afraid of your threats, and there's nothing you could offer me that would make me withdraw. He lost to you. He lost. The great Discari himself lost to a mortal. So what happens if I succeed where the great lord failed? If an echo destroys the one its originator could not defeat, who would that make me? What would it prove? I'll risk my life to know. You are not just my enemy, you are my chance. A chance I won't miss.
Alright, just another bug to squash. We're not going to attack with Darren. Get our quarries off.
Make your peace.
Die! Die! Die!
Alright, we're gonna smite. Also, we're out of order.
This spell's fault. No, really.
Oh, we knocked him down. I think Bismuth knocked him down. Was it Bismuth? He did land his hit. I think. There's so many attacks going off. I don't know where it's at. So he attacked after that. Is it further down? Yeah, I think it was here that he knocked him down. May have been further up. I feel like there's a lot more attacks between him going prone and us finishing him off. But maybe not. Way forward? I guess not. This way. Either way, I'm pretty sure Bismuth was MVP for that fight. He didn't do the most damage, but he neutered the Echo Discari. Shoot, where do I go? Oh. Right there. In my defense, this area is hard to navigate. Due to it
This is where it happened. It was here that I conducted the ritual, sewing my soul and the essence of the abyss together, feeling the world change around me as every stitch brought Galarian closer to the abyss. And it was here that even though you have no memory of it, I did the same to your soul. A researcher must not have any personal feelings for the subjects of their experiments. And yet, I find myself unable to remain completely detached from the world wound. I created it. I allowed it to be. It holds a place in my heart, even if I'm slowly paying for it with my life. A researcher must be particularly resilient in the face of mistakes, incorrect hypotheses, and failed experiments. You are my failed experiment. I think I'll feel some regret for ending your current life, but you can rest assured that such sentiments will not stop me. You're so adept at magic. Of course, I've been preparing for our meeting. And hopefully I've prepared well. Yes. And no. Even if I could have brought back my son, I wouldn't have stopped at that. I wouldn't have been satisfied. Not after what I'd gone through. Not after the things I'd learned. I wanted to become stronger. And I wished the same for my child. I didn't want to be afraid of anything. It wasn't the dogs of Threshold, or even Sarkoris itself, that threatened us. It was the laws of a world governed by death, weakness, and separation. That is why I needed the power of the Nehindrian crystals. I did not wish to merely stave off the agony of the wound. I wanted to tear my son from the grasp of everything that makes us weak and mortal. You have seen a goddess. You have been face to face with demon lords. Were you awed by their greatness? Do you enjoy living in a world where your entire life cycle has been predetermined? Where everything, from your birth to what will happen to your soul after you die, has been decided for you? Or do you find, now that you have experienced the mythic power coursing through your blood, that you prefer to live in a world that you can change? A world that offers you a chance to be anything you want.
There's not really a good trickster option here. I'm gonna go with option 3. I think the first 2 sentences are pretty trickstery. I guess it's okay.
How strange. You are a kindred spirit. We are so alike. Perhaps the experiment wasn't such a failure in the end. But no. No. When I poured what was left of my son's soul into your soul, I was expecting it to bring him back. They say death and the judgment of Pharasma purges the soul of everything it once was in life. But this cannot be true. I have researched this subject meticulously and have collected enough evidence to prove that supernatural beings born from mortal souls can recall their past. Sometimes partially, sometimes fully. I watched you day and night, waiting for it to happen. For your memory to awaken, or your instincts at least. For anything familiar, something I could immediately recognize. I tested you. I asked you questions and... nothing. Nothing. If a hypothesis is proven wrong, it needs to be rejected. But the research process does not stop there. That is all I can tell you right now.
What do you mean right now? That's, well, obviously because she wants to kill me and take his soul back. Or the fragment that we have.
It will kill me eventually. But I still have some time left. Years. Or decades, perhaps. But it doesn't matter. One of us will die today. The tearing of the soul, followed by a cruel and terrible death. But it will likely be quick.
The legend path could go into the wound. I don't remember all the exact details. It got a little abstract. But I'm gonna go back and watch my last episode and see what the legend path entailed.
And it's finally time to end all this.
Dragon, or gold dragon specific path here.
Asking me to stop is like asking a river not to flow, or a volcano not to erupt. Death is not the end. I've spent 100 years trying to prove it, and I will not stop now. This experiment was unsuccessful, but that just means I need to adjust the initial conditions and try again. I am still alive. I still have time. You, the current you, will have to die, but only to surrender the soul you share with my son. I will start over. This time I will do everything differently. I will work with even greater precision. I will turn the world upside down if I must. I promise.
Draw the first blood.
Retreat is not an option.
Let's try and get this off first. Oh, Bismuth, come on, buddy. does give you all your spells back. Never get my...
Burn! Slice! Behead! Yes, behead.
You are today's sacrifice!
I will resist!
Kneel before me. This one's mine.
You get his smite off?
May I see your entrails, please?
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I'm not casting this.
Prepare yourself.
I'm sure it's fine, but... I'll try it again. Put in some good work. Did I not get my smite off still? Oh, we'll throw it out again, just in case.
Desna, guide my hand.
Fine, throwing out some summons here. I'm just gonna focus on healing. Just keep throwing out our mass heals. We're gonna finish her off before we run out of castings. I think. He is healing up quite a bit. Why are all my things gone? Oh, because they're polymorphed. That's not good. I think 3 of my party members are polymorphed, or is he in the rift?
Let the attack commence.
Go for their hearts!
That might be a little problematic. Oh, never mind. See all those attacks that my main character is throwing out? Jeez Louise, man.
I never thought that I would be responsible for the creation of my most powerful enemy.
I've been waiting for you to get distracted so I can stab you in the back.
How very perceptive. But you didn't think I would make it easy, did you? I won't let you win. You need me alive. You want to use me to close the wound, but I can destroy myself before you have a chance.
You're welcome to try. You just straight throw that out. I mean, we're not going to close the world wound anyway, right? So.
Certainly.
My lady, I will fight for you.
I'm not going to flee for my life. You need me to seal the wound, don't you? You think you've won? No. We have both lost.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
Press the attack.
Oh, he did not. Okay.
Die, die, die!
Did not last. Let's go get a heal out. Oh, no, they're still baleful polymorphed. That's unfortunate. Getting quarry at least, so that's something. There's a lot going on, and not in our favor. Oh gosh. Oh gosh indeed.
No!
What the heck?
Tactical retreat!
Oh, he's gone berserk. I can't control him anymore. What is going on? This didn't happen the first time. I guess because I didn't take one of those, the diplomacy or intimidate check. I think we're gonna lose. Wait, did we? Or was it just a matter of surviving for so long? Yeah, I guess you just have to survive until... Huh. Okay, well, I mean, I'll take it. The main character and a bunch of spiders, right? That seems pretty chaotic. Alright, Trickster Mythic Path. Decided to play one final joke on everyone. Except this time, I'm the punchline. The siphon brimming with planar essence explodes in a spatter of multicolored sparks. They wrap around you and drag you toward the edge of the rift, drowning the world in a cacophony of sounds and screams. The walls of Threshold shudder. The very fabric of reality is bursting at the seams. The titanic seams that are rapidly proliferating as Galarian is fused with a dozen other planes. My character jumped in. Yeah, one last Camellia death just for you, Matthew. That was all planned and calculated. I do need to go back. I think it was a legend-specific Mythic Path option that I selected, right? On the initial run?
My life is a burden.
Life and death, destiny and great deeds, and... wait. I don't think this is new or unique. Yeah, but this is. So maybe the other one was. By refusing to close the world wound, the commander destroyed his only chance of healing the wound that was slowly killing him. But it was worth it to pull off a joke of such an epic scale. What was once called the world wound turned into the crossroads of worlds, open to every outsider at once. Any mortal who ventured there was at constant risk of becoming collateral damage in the struggle between angels and demons, or between devils and azadas. What kind of an ending was that? No, no, no. It all went completely differently. Fine, then how about this? According to every law of nature and magic, the enclosed world wound should have killed the commander. But he is not one to bow down before any law. Some say he found a way of cheating death. People cross paths with him here and there to this day. He helps some and plays cruel jokes on others. What was once called the World Wound turned into the Crossroads of Worlds, a vibrant, inconceivable place bustling with outsiders. Instead of crusaders, the place was a hub that drew scientists, treasure hunters, merchants, and other collectors of curios from all over Golarion. I hope this narrative is more to your liking. And please do not interrupt. Allow me to finish writing up my report on this experiment. The council convened one last time to celebrate the glorious victory of Nocticula and the transformation of the World Wound into the Crossroads of Worlds. Throughout the feast, the council members couldn't shake the nagging feeling that they had forgotten to invite someone to the party, but they were so preoccupied with toasting to their own wisdom that they never remembered who it could be. I'm assuming it was the main character. The energetic King Thaberdeen reigned over the merry city of Dresden for many years. He was hailed as the finest monarch in the history of Golarion, as he never interfered in the affairs of the city, but simply hosted one festival after another, and the people say that he brought luck to any who raised a glass to His Majesty's health. The Church of Cayden Cailean revered him as a saint. Alright, if it's something that's generic, or that we've seen before, or it's tied to a specific companion, I'm not going to read it out loud. Oh, quite a few Mendevians want to see Darren Arenday inherit the throne. Alright, so Battle Bliss turned into a circus since we combined, whatever the names were. Zerman Galeth turned into a circus. Tales of the Commander's sexual insatiability circulated through the 10,000 Delights, and new details were added with every telling. Those lucky enough to have experienced it firsthand were living legends in the brothel. Among the more outlandish claims was that the Commander once had intercourse with a fecal demon from Colifir. The story was a favorite of the brothel's patrons, who listened to it with marvel and delight. I feel like we had a happier ending for Nebula last time. I don't remember this. I thought she came back. Oh, that's not good. I thought Zorji stayed last time. I don't remember him going back and eventually returning, or heralding in the Clip-Offs. That's a pretty happy ending for High Lord. I'll take it. What do you mean? We gave him his own story. Well, most of it. We didn't finish it this run. So we didn't stay together after the fact? Huh. You know, fairly benevolent, so she stopped killing. And then she honored her father's wishes. I wonder what his longevity's like, since he is part god. Like, what's his how long can he live for? Oh, he took a dark turn. See, I don't know where I messed up his best ending, where Leoder lives and they kind of watch him, but he's under the commander's care. Oh, cool. So Woljif and Darren hung out after the fact. Okay, so his wine and grapes, I guess, were affected by the Trickster mythic path and are completely unpredictable. They got married to Aaron Kerr here. So I wonder if you sell the Shield of Shaylin, or Trevor's shield, if that's still part of the epilogue. So Camellia killed Trevor because I let her kill the imposter claiming to be Trevor. So if I didn't let her kill that one man, Trevor would have died. But that kind of contradicts her ending, but I guess she would have wanted. I don't know. You can't read Camelia's whims, right? Oh man. There was one person who took particular offense at the commander's final joke. Reginald Derenge had not the slightest inkling that he would become an unwitting accomplice to turning the lands of the former wound into an insane crossroads of worlds. The shock was so strong that it reversed Reginald's bleaching by at least 100 years. The gnome vowed to devote his life to rectifying the chaos caused by the commander. You know what? You're welcome, Reginald. Enjoy your newfound youth. That was hilarious. Alright, so you let him choose for himself, and he does remain an assassin. He doesn't go back home. Oh, so Desna is still protecting her even from Reginald. I don't think Reginald hunted her last time because she was our romance.
And what of me, the writer of these words? The half-demon witch known as the architect of the world wound. I was defeated and fell at the hand of the one I had tried to transform. My experiment ended in failure, and my life ended along with it. I have recounted the story of my life for you, Pharasma, Lady of Graves. Not only of my life, but of the commander's also. I believe the tale of such an illustrious figure would pique even a goddess's curiosity. Now you know everything. I await your verdict, goddess.
Yeah, we can intervene. None of these really fit my character. I'm just gonna let her deliver it. I'm not gonna intervene on the Trickster path.
You wrought great evil, while it stemmed from the evil that was done to you. Your actions far exceeded it. Your soul is dark, and there is only one place for you in the universe. I shall send you to the Abyss, plane of pain and fury, suffering and privation. That which you have done to others will now be done to you. So be it.
Alright, well, another playthrough knocked out. We're now 20% done, or 1/5 of the way through all of my playthroughs, so huzzah. It was fun. The Trickster path wasn't as disappointing as I was expecting it to be. It was pretty fun. And I'm gonna go on a limb and say that it's probably the most powerful of the mythic paths because of his ability to just change reality. Especially as we saw during the epilogue. Like, he rewrote the story several times. Yeah, I was really afraid we were going to lose that last fight because I didn't do the Intimidate or Diplomacy check. I didn't have to fight all those clones my first run. It was just a reload. So that was a little sketchy. Thankfully we had Last Stand and a bunch of spiders on our side, so not too shabby. Had a pretty good time. The Imitator, can't say I recommend it. It's just a, I mean, if you're gonna go full BAB class, just go Fighter. You can actually utilize all of your class features that way, or just go like a Slayer or any other full BAB class. Imitator doesn't really add a whole lot to it, besides some extra BAB and maybe some extra damage. It was okay. It made it work. I think it fit the build fairly well. I do think Arcane Trickster probably would have been the best fit, but I played one of those in Kingmaker. Well, not directly. Octavia with the Arcane Trickster. So, next run will be Gold Dragon. We'll play a Reformed Fiend, but we're going to take a small break from Pathfinder before we start that. Also, streams will be going to weekends only going forward, now that this has been wrapped up. Yeah, that's going to do it. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next, if not the next stream playthrough or Let's Play, then the next Pathfinder run. So, hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. Stay safe, stay classy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.